welcome to another episode of The Rise with Red Bull Leipzig on Football Manager 2016. Now today is part of a double upload day, the first on my Football Manager channel that is from the same series. Now the reason for that really is because we're playing Bayern Munich away today. It's only the third game of the season, or the fourth if you include the cup game. Now I did bring you that cup game in the last live com, but how could I not bring you this monstrous game as a live com? That is the reason why we're doing the double upload. Anyway, we're going to get into the previous two league games that we've played so far. There's not much other than that to update you, so we will talk a little bit in brief about the transfer activity that has gone on since the last episode. Now, as you know, we do not have any money left in the bank, so really we were looking for loan deals, and we had one in for Ciro Immobile, but he decided to turn us down and join Brighton for 2.7 million from Sevilla. So a bit of a bargain for them, and another striker that we keep hunting for that we have missed out on. We also went for Papi Cisse. Now he is 32 years old, but he would have offered a decent bit of experience and a place on the bench. We offered him £15,000, but bizarrely he turned that down and accepted £7,750 per week to join Fenerbahce. So he obviously wanted to play at a higher level of club, maybe not a higher level of league, or he wanted to experience another league outside England and Germany. So that's another one that slipped through our fingers. I did only offer him a 1-year contract, as did Fenerbahce, but he turned us down, double the money to join Fenerbahce. We have been looking really a lot for a striker, but so far we've not managed to get one in. But one other piece of business that we have done, that Christian Nerlinger, my director of football, managed to get done for me, was bring in a loanee from Arsenal, Jeff Reina Adelaide. He is a wonder kid in the game, valued at £7 million. He's someone that could really help me out in the long term, because I do have Younes on the left hand side to cover on that position, but we didn't have anyone to cover on the right, so potentially one of those could cover for Urari on the left and Sabitzer on the right, which means we've got two wide men available now to come in as cover. We decided to go with him instead of bringing Julian Brand back, because the purpose of this really for me is to try players I've never used before, and this guy is 3.5 star current ability, the same for potential ability. He looks really good, he's a wonder kid, and I've never used him before. So we welcome Jeff Reina Adelaide on loan for the season from Arsenal. So after the German Cup win 5-0 over Bonatal, it was time to play our first game of the season. Away to Stuttgart, a tough start, and a game I expected to learn a lot from. We went 1-0 up through Zach Clough in the 15th minute, then we went 2-0 up, Yusuf Poulsen getting a goal in the 27th minute. Just after that, Timo Werner then notched in the 32nd minute, and that was all the goals in the game. We did come away from the Mercedes-Benz Arena with a 2-1 victory, a very impressive win. Marcel Sabitzer picking up man of the match with an assist and a 9 average in the game. A really good win, impressive, and one I hope that will be really a set for this season, and really shows that we can win away matches when it comes to it. Delighted with my first match in the Bundesliga to pick up 3 points away to Stuttgart. So the match we've just played is our first home match at the Red Bull Arena with 36,000 people in attendance, which is around 16,000 more than the average of last season. We lost 3-2 at home to Mainz. They had their captain Adrian Ramos up front, who was an absolute beast, and I did set my defenders to man-mark him, as well as one of their other better players, Ladislav Krejci. So Ramos got a double, Julian Baumgartlinger got a goal, Zach Clough got one. Late on, Sabitzer pulled it back to 3-2, but it wasn't enough, and to be honest, this was a game that we really did get outclassed, and Adrian Ramos led the line very well and played rock solid. So it was disappointing to lose our first game at home in the Bundesliga, but again we learn a lot about this and we move on to the next match. Regarding the league position, of course there's not a lot to talk about. Only played 2 games, won 1, lost 1, 3 points, and Bayern Munich and Dortmund, as well as Mainz, are the only teams to pick up 6 points, Mainz having played a game more than anybody else, along with Stuttgart. We, of course, as you know in the last episode, we beat Bonatal, and we have now drew Wolfsburg at home in the second round of the German Cup. A little bit of player activity that I never actually told you about is we have brought someone in on trial, former strong squad set, NEC Breda and Manchester City youngster, Divine Na. He's 21 years old and plays central midfield. He's got some decent attributes, he's decent physically, decent mentally, and he's got some real good technical stats. We brought him in on trial. He's a Ghanaian under 20 international, having 1 goal in 8 appearances for them. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to sign him, but he looks decent. But potential says he's only got 2 star and his current 1.5 star ability. He's wanted by other clubs or leans. Now that may tell you the type of level he plays at. If clubs like that want him, then he might not actually be good enough to play for a club like my own. I've brought him in on trial, as I say. I'm going to see how he gets on playing for the reserves, but I'm not sure if I will be pulling the trigger and signing him on a contract. So here we are, what is arguably the biggest test of the season, Bayern Munich away. Now they are 4-6 favourites as expected. So we are lining up with our formation that we came up with at the start of the season. Dragowski in goals, Klosterman comes in at right back, Bush dropping to the bench. Ta at central defender, the captain Kirchhoff comes back, he's now fit. Maybe not so much Matt fitness, could be a little bit higher, but we've brought him in because Upamecano has really struggled in the last 2 games. Other than the cup game, he played really well. Young at left back, Ayer at the defensive mid position. In the middle, Esperiqueta, Kaiser, Urari on the left, Sabitzer on the right, and up top, Zach Clough. On the bench, Upamecano, Orban, Bush, Ryan Adelaide, the new loan signing, Younes Dembele, and Endres. Of course, we're still looking for that elusive striker that we want to bring into the club. If we can't get one in this window, that will be the main aim for in January. Okay, so the Bayern Munich team, they line up quite narrow, definitely narrow forward 3, a narrow midfield 3, and they have a flat back 4. Neuer in goals, Alaba left back, Badstuber and Boateng at central defender, Kaderabek at right back, I've never actually heard of him, Casemiro defensive mid. In the middle, Rafinha and Thiago up top, Müller, Lewandowski and Götze. That is a deadly trio. On the bench they have Ulrich, Umtiti, Lincoln the talented youngster, Abubakar, Dardar, Benatia, and they have re-signed Mario Gomez on a free transfer. So the team has been briefed. It's time to play arguably the toughest match of the season. Of course, the Bavarian beast that is Bayern Munich. A real strong team. Did finish 4th in the league last season in Bundesliga, so that was a bit of a disappointment. They sacked Pep Guardiola, and ironically Carlo Ancelotti came in to manage the club. I'm not really expecting much here. Of course, I expect Bayern to dominate fully in terms of possession, controlling the game, and really scoring goals. Badstuber with a half chance there, notching it over the bar. Thiago, Boateng puts it in, and Lewandowski really should have scored there. And a good save from Dragowski. 4 shots already from Bayern Munich in the opening 10 minutes, showing their dominance here. I know it's only the 3rd league game of the season, but this was a game I had to bring you. You can't play Bayern Munich on your first season in the Bundesliga and not bring it to you in a live com. Thiago puts a shot that blocks off Kirchhoff and goes wide. Thiago with the corner. Müller, and he puts it wide. Clear dominance here, 15 minutes in, 70% possession, 6 shots from Bayern Munich, and we haven't even had a sniff in being in their half as yet. But we are playing 5 in midfield. Hopefully we can contain them for a while yet. Lewandowski with another good chance that goes into the arms of Dragowski. Young. Forward to Urari. We're getting into the opposition half for the first time. Cuts inside. Urari Poulsen, and it comes to nothing. Müller. Nothing as yet to talk about in terms of our attacking play. Urari. Young. We won't probably get to play our expressive type of game as much as we usually do. Sabitzer. Key player, first time for him on the ball. Back to Klosterman. Into Sabitzer. Can he take Alaba on? He pulls it into Kaiser. Back, Esperiqueta. Sabitzer, and a good chance for Sabitzer, and he puts it into the side, netting. Our first real sight on goal there. And it involved Sabitzer, as usual, our key player in the team. Rafinha. Kaderabek. Into Lewandowski, and it's unlucky. Real unlucky there. A good save from Dragowski from the Lewandowski header, which it looked like. and it rebounded back to Thomas Müller, and he wasn't going to miss. It was a volley from Lewandowski from close range, good save from Dragowski, and put away from Müller. 1-0 Bayern after 34 minutes. Really, they do deserve that, of course. We've done okay so far in terms of holding them out, but we have only had 30% possession of the ball. 28 now. Speraqueta, Kadrabek, Thiago forward to Lewandowski, Speraqueta, Clough, loses it, Rafinha, Urari, Clough, very deep in that false 9 role. Kaiser, puts it forward to Urari. Urari goes for the shot and puts it over the bar. Restricted to a long range shot there as we approach half time. I'm unsure what changes to make. I might potentially take out the defensive mid and put 2 up front. I'll have a look and I'll be back in just a second. So this is the tactical change we have made. We have brought on Younes and we have pushed Urari up front. Taken off Christopher Ayer, took out the defensive mid, put Urari as a defensive forward and changed Clough from the false 9 because it's a similar role, I think, to the defensive forward. So we've put him as a poacher. And Younes comes on as the winger on the left hand side as we line up a flat 4-4-2. Hopefully 2 up front can cause them more problems, as it was quite easy with them, the back 4 only having 1 man to mark. So the second half is underway here. Kaiser. Müller has it on the halfway line. Plays it forward. Klosterman out-strengthens Götze to play it back to Dragowski. Thiago. Hopefully we can keep it solid just at 1-0 until around maybe the 70th minute. Then we can maybe try something a little different and go for an equalising goal. And as I talk about that, another fantastic save from Dragowski. He's really kept us in the game. I think it was Götze that took that shot. Out for a throw-in. Alaba. Rafinha. Alaba again into Thiago. And Thiago hits the post with a long-range effort. Out for a throw-in. Kadrabek on the right-hand side. Casemiro. Alaba. Götze. Müller, and it was going wide anyway, but Dragowski decides to catch it and keep it in play. 55 minutes gone here at the Allianz Arena. When you're only 1-0 down, you're still in the match, regardless of how much domination the Giants of Bayern have had. And Müller, from around 18 yards out, hits the bar. 8 shots on target out of 14 for Bayern. They could have won 2 matches here. Lewandowski, the standout man, with 9 in the game so far. Müller not having the best, although he did score the goal, only a 6.9. So after this play, I will look to change something. And hopefully we can go for an equaliser. I don't expect it. Hopefully Bayern don't score here before we make the changes. Thomas Müller, and puts it wide. So we're going to make a substitution. Moussa Dembele is going to come on for Zach Clough. Ryan Adelard is going to come on for Sabitzer, who's not had the best of games. That's the 2 subs we're going to make after this play. Alaba. Lewandowski puts it wide. It must have deflected, and it is a corner. So I'm just going to change a few instructions here. I'm going to go a bit more route 1. Hit crosses early. Dribble less, we're going to look to pass. And I'm going to play at a much higher tempo. I'm going to push the defence a little bit higher actually as well. So that's the changes made on the team instructions. I think I'm going to change to attack as well. The game seems to have stalled for a second here, and there we go. So I'm going to change it to attack, and I'm going to assertively tell the boys to push forward. Last throw of the dice. We've not really been involved in the game. My strikers have barely touched the ball. But as I say, at 1-0, you're still in it. Ryan Adelaide, forward to Dembele. And a foul from Umtiti there. I was hoping Dembele would use his pace. 18 minutes to go here at the Allianz Arena. Still only 1-0, so we've not disgraced ourselves. Although that possession stat is pretty unbelievable. 412 passes out, 486 have been successful from Bayern Munich. Real solid team. And Müller again has a great chance. He's really had a lot of chances to kill this game off. And another save from Dragowski, who's been excellent this game, an 8.2. Real good player this match. We just can't get near the goals. Lincoln has come on. Lewandowski's through. 1-on-1, straight in at Dragowski again. Real talented goalkeeper him. I expect a lot of clubs to come for him in the future. Right, time to turn on overload. And Boateng puts it wide. We've put on overload. We've basically said, go for it. And the last throw of the dice I'm going to make here is pushing my wingers forward. And we'll push Azpilicueta into the hole behind the strikers. I know it's very risky, but 1-0 down here. In a game we don't expect anything. 9 minutes to go. Why not? 8 minutes to go here. Dragowski. Intercepted by Kaderbeck. Through to Müller. Pulls it back. Götze. Dragowski is there again. It's like a wall. Urari Poulsen, he loses it. Götze picks it up. Boateng, Kaderbeck, Müller, Dada, the substitute. Wide to Kaderbeck, into Müller, and another fantastic save. This is a joy to watch from Dragowski. Hopefully he can play like this more often in games where we're actually going to have a real chance. 5 minutes to go here, only 4 shots from us, 1 on target. Azpilicueta, no, Götze. Lincoln. Azpilicueta. He loses the ball in his own 18-yard box. Dangerous play there. Lincoln, and a good save from Dragowski again. Alaba, wide for a corner. I tell you what, I'm really pleased so far. I know we've not had much of the ball and we've not done much going forward. But in terms of defensively, we have been an absolute rock. We've given Müller chances and he's not taken them, but we've done quite well defensively and the goalkeeping display has been absolutely fantastic. And there it goes. Unfortunately, in the 87th minute, Jerome Boateng from a Rafinha corner volleys in. A man on either post, and Dragowski beaten. And the game is going to fizzle out here to a 2-0 victory for Bayern Munich in a game that we've really stood tall, showed what we're about here, showed that we can compete. Dembele, full-time whistle, and there it goes. Full-time at the Allianz Arena against the mighty Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich 2, Red Bull Leipzig in their 3rd game in the Bundesliga, the debut season, 0. Okay, so confirmation of that loss and our 2nd loss of the season. 2nd loss in a row. 3 games played in the season, 1 win, 2 losses. We have scored 4 goals and we have conceded 6. So the next game we play Wolfsburg in the league, another tough game. Then another tough game against Leverkusen and another tough game against Schalke before things go a little bit more favourably in terms of fixtures list. We play Hamburg after that, Darmstadt, Hoffenheim, Freiburg. So guys, that is around 7 games we will have to recap when we come to you in the next match, which is the German Cup game at Wolfsburg at home at the Red Bull Arena. We're going to come back with the DFB Pokal match. So we will have 7 matches to recap and also any transfer activity that may happen in the next 3 or 4 days, which is very doubtful, but if there is, we will recap it and bring it to you and recap those 7 league games, of course. Thank you for checking out The Rise. This is a double upload today, the first, and there may be some more in this season, but when the fixtures are so close, or such big matches are so close, that is the reason why we've done it. Thank you for checking it out, and I will see you guys very soon.